I'm feeling great. I'm coming back to Costa Rica today. And focus for this week is send retroactive givebacks. Okay, and my intention is to facilitate. And I will pass it to Todd.
Hey everyone. I guess this week is my first formal week with the Giveth team. So I am going to be listening in. This will be my first governance call. I'm just going to be attending kind of all of the Giveth calendar events that I can make just to kind of get in sync. Feeling good. Good weekend. Very few distractions. It's a rainy day here in Colorado. So yeah, just taking the day as it is. Yeah, that's it. I'll send it to Marco. I've heard. Yeah. Good to meet you.
Thanks, Todd. Hi, everybody. Nice to see you all. Feeling okay. Focus for this week, I guess. Nothing too much Giveth related. And then intentions for the call. Maybe just get some thoughts on the recent Faye exploit and like how do we feel about it regarding our proposal. Just maybe that, if that's somewhere in the agenda, finds the time. That's basically it. Pass it over to Lauren, if you can go.
Yeah, thanks, Marco. I'm feeling good. My focus for the week is give power and like all kinds of coordination things. Mondays, whenever I think of my focus for the week, I get a headache. I sort of like every Monday, I'm like, oh. For the call, I would love it if we also just touched briefly on potentially updating our multisig signers. And like maybe we have like a process for that or something, make a forum post or something, just because some of them are like not active or whatever. Gracias. And I am we're gonna pass it now to Santi.
Thank you, Lauren. I'm feeling great today. My second governance meeting here. Just getting to know the rest of the people that I don't know from other projects before. My intentions is probably get a little temperature check on the Point Art project. Some of you guys have been adding your comments on the forum, and nothing else. I'll pass it to Shuga.
Thank you, Santi. Hi, everybody. Happy to see you. Let's see. My focus this week is integrating the great feedback that Lauren shared with me on my buddy call last week. And my intentions here for the call are to hear what y'all are saying and to catch up and to just sort of participate in this part of Giveth that I haven't really been able to do until now. My distractions are I'm at a play date with my daughter, so I'm a little bit in a runaround situation right now, but I'm here with you, and I'm grateful to be here with you. I would like to pass it to Freshelle.
Hi, everyone. I'm feeling great, and my focus for this week is payments for the early contracts and also reminding that the rule proposals are live now in the forum. So that, and also my intention for this call is to remind about the rule proposals. And yeah, that's it for me. I'll pass it to Griff.
GM. Oh man, there is so much to do in this meeting. I'll try to be quick. ETH Barcelona, should we sponsor it? I hope that comes up. I would love to chat about the region pool, of course, and what's going on there. Any updates? And I'm feeling great and so excited to see Mitch in Costa Rica again. And I will pass it to, how about, Yes.
Yay! Hi guys. I'm feeling super energized this week. Maybe I'll start by my distraction. I actually had to change my location with the offices, so I'm on commute. there is a little bit of background noise. I apologize for that. But soon I'll be in my space with my laptop and I can listen in perfectly. My intentions for the week, I'm actually doing a lot of research on our treasury with a couple of options that I'm learning with also Shapeshift DAO and other DAOs. But hopefully I can give more updates and news on that on the next governance call. I'm still on the research phase. But mostly they are concerning the success tokens and range tokens with UMA DAO. And for this call, I am similarly to the rest of you, curious to see what are our thoughts still on the region pool with what's happening with Faye and so on. And I think everyone has gone. So should I pass it to?
Far from it. We can pass it to Monique.
Okay. Monique.
Thank you. Yes, thank you, Mitch. GM, good evening. Good morning. My focus for this week is I'm going to have a part-time vacay for this week. My family are off and I have to. And I want to rethink about the way that we're working on the product, and maybe we have to change it because we have lots of product managers goes in, and after the meeting with Marco, I think we have to rethink it, the flow that we are currently adapting. And my intention for this call is just to think with you and don't miss anything. I pass it on to Danny.
Hello, good morning. Let's see. How am I feeling today? I'm a little sleepy today. And where is my focus? I think I'm still finding my focus. It's been a busy morning and another thing, and I'm a little distracted by the environment around me, so I'm here to focus on the couple things that are on the agenda. I don't know who's gone already. I can take a guess.
It's all right. Shoot it, Danny. Try.
Bodhisattva.
Nice.
Woo.
Hello, everyone. This is my first governance meeting, but have been doing some security work for a little while. This week, I'm going to be working on cleaning up the proposal for a bug bounty, and helping Mike Brunt work through some DevOps best principles document for later review. And it looks like I see something about an exploit in the priority agenda item, so I'll probably be interested in that too. If anybody has any security related issues that come up, I'm curious about hearing them. Also, there is no H in, well, the H comes after the D in Bodhisattva. Thank you very much, note taker. I really appreciate what you're doing. That's it for me.
I'm gonna take it. I can't believe you made it, man. I just pinged him. He tried to make this meeting for many weeks, but now he did. It's very early for him. Thanks, man. Very cool. So GM, my focus this week is to just crunch on the Scrum board and get Moshi up still further into the thing. That's the main focus. And I'm not distracted, and I give it to Pavle, who never showed up at my table at the hackathon, but I invited you.
Ouch. I'm sorry, man. We can take this offline, but basically I'm really sorry. Hello, everyone. So my mood is a little bit surprised because I will be traveling tomorrow, and it was sort of unexpected. But I'll share it with the greater channel that I might be unavailable for today that I'm traveling, and so on and so forth. Also, I'll be shifting time zones for about 2 weeks into Asia, so that might affect my communication a little bit. I'm here because I haven't been at the governance calls for a while. I want to see what's going on. I'm more specifically interested about what's happening with the Rari pool stuff and the fuse pools and so on and so forth. And I guess my focus for this week, besides that, is to start hammering out the tests for the contracts, because I think we were far ahead enough on the development of the Give Power stuff. So that's about it. And once again, man, Kai, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. I was looking over for you. It was
fine. It's fine.
Okay, so I'm bad at passing this along, so whoever wants to jump in, just go ahead.
Yeah, let's keep it rolling. We can pass it to Tasani.
Hello. So, actually, I think this is also my second governance call. So, my focus for this week it's I think Mo and I want to wrap up Give Power, so I think we don't delay on that, and then also just focus on trying to solve design issues that comes up once in a while, and then basically I'm also here to just observe and listen and learn from everybody, because I'm still a little bit new to the whole governance platform, and then basically I just want to observe and learn for now. So I'm passing to, I think, Fisher.
Fisher's already gone, but we can sling it to Mo Said.
Hey, okay. So, my distraction is actually my internet. It's killing me. I have to change the company, and my focus for this week, I'm working on the Give Power and also some other design issues here and there, and also working on Figma file structure and our design system, updating it. That's my focus for this week. I really don't know who's left.
We can pass it to Mia.
Hello, everybody. I'm doing great today. I'm just sitting in and listening and syncing up, and I pass it back to Mitch to pass. Thanks.
Cool. Kotabi, Dan?
Sure. Hey, everyone. Here to sync up. My intentions for the week are mostly to focus on do the first builders update and focus a little bit on those things. Some deliverables for region farms. I'll pass it to Carlos.
Thanks. Hey, I'm feeling great this week. Last week I had a really bad flu and also had to go to the dentist, but now I'm back 100%. So I'll take on the dev issues we talked in the last meeting, especially the new microservice architecture we're working on. And maybe I'd like to talk about the giving blocks. I'm not sure if this is the right meeting, if we have time, but that's it. Who's missing this? I'll pass it to Mateo.
Hey guys, happy week. Not distracted, ready to listen to you all. Nothing to add. I'll pass it to Mitch. Mitch?
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I was totally muted. Cool. The only person left was Giant Kin, but I can see they're deafened, so we'll just keep going. I think we got everybody. So let's cruise through this agenda. Man, we got a lot of stuff this week to talk about. And so there's a couple things here I do have down, like the fuse pool exploit and the regen pool. The regen pool is for Cult DAO, I'm assuming? Or this is what we're calling the fuse pool.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm going to put that down in the Angel Vault updates because I have a place for it here. And the multi-sig signers, I had it to bring up this week. I think Lauren and I are pretty much on the same vibe. And I'm going to put up a post for that later this week, and maybe we can get the ball rolling. One thing I wanted to mention as well was our gift farm is supposed to end June. And so that was meant to give us a month basically from now to set up like an alternative liquidity solution for Give. And I think we're not going to be ready. So I'm wondering, just starting like an initial discussion about extending the Give farm, maybe another 6 months or something with like 50% of the rewards, or just like anything in there so that like all the liquidity doesn't go. And so I'm just putting it out there. I wonder if anyone has any comments on that.
The structure of the gift farm is that it will start to decrease for the next little bit. So it's like on an upswing, and now it's going to be on a final downswing. And we could easily just extend that maybe a month or two. Maybe I wouldn't say 6 months. I feel like 2 months, so that we can get some alternative liquidity solutions. We have some serious liquidity solutions already, really close with the token swaps. I think we have $2 million deals on the docket. And then if we can pull off the Angel Vault and those things, I feel like extending it 6 months would be way too much, but extending it 2 months makes sense. And we could use if we want to do half rewards, basically just making it a flat line, where the last number would probably do that.
Okay, cool. Any other comments?
Yeah, I just feel like there's quite a few people who are like, there's momentum that's building. So another month or two feels like it would be a good idea to get some of the other things locked in place, and also capitalize on the later end of the momentum we're getting from the farm's attractiveness.
Yeah, and hopefully we can turn off single-sided staking for Give Power, for instance, and other things as they launch.
Okay, but realistically, like Give Power, it's still going to be like another 2 months to be safe. And then that would justify removing single-sided staking.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I think the rewards end on the 25th of June, so we have almost 2 months from now.
Mm-hmm.
But
good to think about it now before making the last move. Okay, cool. I'm going to capture this in a forum post, and then we can keep discussing it. I just thought of it before the meeting. Update on the Multisig signers. Is there anything we need to discuss about this in this meeting that you want to mention? I noticed that basically all of them could use an update.
Yeah, I just think we should maybe look at like people who've never signed, and then maybe remove people who've never signed, and then add people who are like active in the DAO.
Are there any restrictions? Like, do they need NR Give? Do they need to be in for X amount of time?
Yeah, for sure. I think we should use the same criteria as we did before. Like, they need to have NR Give.
Okay, cool. Okay. Any other comments on this?
one thing to note is we might update XDAI and mainnet. We want to update both XDAI and mainnet for every multisig, but then the ones being deployed on other chains for like emergency circumstances will have the same signers. So.
Okay, sure. And should we capture this in a forum post or just like a Discord message? Okay, well, let's just make a forum post. I can do this unless somebody else wants to. And talk to Frashell to get paid. There's your PSA. If you want to get paid.
Who likes money?
Yeah.
If you like money, you should talk to Frashell. She'll give you some.
Cool. Let's keep rolling because we've got a fat stack of stuff in the forum. Pending multisig transactions, nothing for now. Snapshot is clear. This funding grant passed, I think, earlier today or yesterday for the common stack. So that's done. So there's nothing in the Give Garden currently. In the NRGive DAO, there's a couple things here. First of all, my role proposal has passed advice and it's hitting the DAO. So if you like my role proposal, go ahead and vote for it so we can make it official that I work for Giveth. After that, there is a bounty payment for security disclosure that needs to be passed. That came from Kai. Minting NRGive for Giantkin is in there as well. And also his payment for moderating our Discord for the month of April. And there was a slight hiccup with changing give drop addresses for users that requested it. Somebody had already claimed the give drop, but didn't notify it on the sheet. So the original transaction failed, so I had to change it. And so this is just trying to run it again so that we can get that fixed for the people that lost access to their address or whatnot. Any questions about any of this stuff in the NRGive?
The only question I had is the Discord moderation. Like I hear that was Giantkin, but I couldn't find anything to look at. Like I didn't know where to look to verify that was something valid. And the address is actually it's a different wallet address than the other one on Giantkin. At least I think so. One seemed to be him. The other one was a different address. So I didn't know who that was for. I didn't vote for it until it was more clear.
Okay. I think he threw an update into the forum for his Discord moderation proposal draft. And then I used the address that he provided me to make the vote.
Yeah, that's cool. That's just one of the reasons why I wanted to come on here and understand what it was before I voted for it.
Cool. Any other questions before we move on to the forum? Okay. Cool. This is a last reminder. We'll be closing the NRGive minting on the 5th of May, so that's in 3 days. If you haven't done it, there's just a few days left, and that'll be ending for this period. Q1 vesting and beyond. I don't know if Griff, you have any updates. I know Lauren left some comments.
No updates there, but Q4 vesting, I think, is ready for distribution in our give, right?
That'll come from the token distro, right?
Yes. Oh, so it's a multi-sig transaction?
No, it'll come from the NRGive.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so you and I will work on that this week or something like that.
In person, I hope.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Giving block integration going forward. And so Carlos threw this up there, and looks like there was a lot of support for removing most of the projects on Giving Block / basically removing the integration altogether. So is there anything that anyone wanted to discuss regarding this?
We should communicate with the Giving Block, and maybe that's sort of like one thing. Like, we should talk to the Giving Block and mention that we're going to end the integration or something, or like maybe create like a different partnership rather than just like ending it. So maybe we could have like a PM style person, like just, facilitate that communication a little bit and just talk to them.
So that's one of the things that I remember about this was there really wasn't a way to contact people from the projects and give they could set, there's something they can send to their projects or some way to let them know that we need to have a person for their project to remain on the platform. I think Ashley had those communications previously. I'm happy to poke and see if there's something I can help with that between her and Nicola.
You said Ashley? Sorry, you cut out.
Yeah, I know Ashley had the relationship with Giving Block at first, and I know Nicola's been picking up on some of these tasks. If there's a way I can facilitate from this meeting to communicate with them, I'm happy to do that.
Okay, cool. Anything else for this?
Well, I think we did a much better integration with change. So maybe we can, and I did it kind of like reusable. So maybe we can put the giving blocks there so we can manually add the projects. And maybe, yeah, I guess we have to review manually. I don't see any other way which projects we can keep. Right now, there are only like 22 that has been donated, but we don't know if there is other that has value that maybe is hidden because of so many projects.
Mm-hmm. So before we get to that step, Carlos, we have to decide, like, are we going to talk to them, or how are we going to decide that we need to remove these, basically?
I think first, let's talk with them. That's the first step. And then we decide.
Okay.
I agree in talking to them. I second what Danny was saying, just letting them know, and maybe so they can send an email to their projects, and if they want to keep working with us, they can, reach us directly, the other projects, and pass through our verification process. And yeah, I also agree with Carlos on keeping some different integration with them, because it's really nice to have, another, to keep the partnership with the Giving Block, and that the projects that they are on-ramping to crypto can come to us through our own verification process. I don't know. Those are my thoughts.
Cool. Does anyone have anything new to add to this discussion? Okay. So, what I'm hearing is that potentially Ashley or Nicola can follow up with reaching out to the Giving Block. And Danny, you're willing to relay that?
Yeah, I have some thoughts about it. Like, I guess the thing I would just add is that Giveth is more, we have a better way for on-ramping people and projects that want to be in the crypto space. So staying on the Giving Block gives them a way to receive crypto, but I just think it'd be great if there's a way we can work with Giving Block to get a message to the project owners that if they're actually wanting to engage with this more, then come claim your project at Giveth. Yeah.
Also, I wanted to add, I think one of the guys from Change said a good idea, that is having like the search API integrated on our app. So if we have like a selected quantity of projects, people can still look at all of the projects without being added, and they can request us to add them to Giveth. So in the case that we have thousands of projects, we don't have to add them to our database, but we just have a selected group, and then we can keep like the requests in order in all of that.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, this will be stuff that we'll have to look at once we finish the first process, which will be talking to Giving Block. I want to move on in the interest of time. Should we sponsor ETH Barcelona? Maybe Griff, you want to talk about this one?
Yes, I do. There's a great forum post. I think that we should sponsor East Barcelona in some way, and there is some sense of urgency in choosing this because they have so many slots and they get taken by first come first serve. So I think it's obvious that we should sponsor the impact track for $5,000 in eath Barcelona. But I would love some more thought and input be put in. Do we want to be a silver sponsor, diamond sponsor? There's a lot of options up there. So please check out the forum post and also book your tickets to Barcelona. I'm already looking at big Airbnbs to kind of go along with the Giveth house, which can take a decent number, especially if we throw tents down. But I think this will be a big event for Giveth, so I do think we should sponsor in some way because we'll be there in full force. But yeah, I'd really love more input on the options.
Go big. I think we need to go big right now.
Yeah, I put some comments in there, and my first thought was we can go big, but can we afford it? That was my main thing. It's we're trying to put all this money together for an angel vault, and then instead we just blow a big chunk of it on sponsoring eath Barcelona. So where are our priorities?
Do anything. If we're gonna create these amazing pools, we also need to be able to talk about it. And marketing isn't something we've done some small things, but it feels like this is a really important time for us to put some energy into marketing all the cool.
I don't think it needs so much debate here. I think having debate in the forum post is probably the best place, and there's a lot of things to talk about. So,
nice, thanks, Griff. Who is humming in the background?
That's my washer.
Griff's washing machine. Okay, cool, thanks. Cool, and maybe this is more of a PSA than anything, but we do have the 500K Give and Gnosis token swap up on the forum. This will follow a standard advice process, but basically the gist is that Gnosis will put up 500K of Gnosis tokens, we'll put up 500K of Give tokens. We'll send it to a trusted third party, which will create a $1 million liquidity pool, and we'll split the LP tokens between Giveth and Gnosis. So we'll be holding 500K worth of Give Gnosis liquidity pool on HoneySwap. And so that's just a PSA for all of you that exists. There's a couple days left on advice process, so go ahead and leave advice if you have any. Does anyone have any questions here, though?
Just adding also the Fox proposal should come up any second too, because that's ready, and I think it's already passed on Shapeshift's side. So $2 million token swaps. It's exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cool. Yeah, let's get into the juicy bit here. Angel Vault. So we'll start with maybe the regen pool updates. You're talking about Param Party, Griff?
Yes. So there's a Param Party tomorrow at 1 p.m. Costa Rica time. I have some really fun spreadsheets already set up. So you can, if you want to preview, I saw Giant can get in there already to play around. So feel free to jump in and make a copy of the spreadsheets if you're really going to change anything. And yeah, so it'll be really fun, 2-hour session, and everyone is invited. I believe it is on the Giveth calendar, but yeah, it's tomorrow. Yeah, that's all.
Cool.
On the floor.
And just to clarify, because it's getting hard to keep track of all these name changes, this is the Give Stable Rari pool.
This is the Fuse pool that is called a regen pool because we got them to change the name. Giant King got them to change the name, so it's called a regen pool, and it is where people would deposit Fae, and we would borrow it by collateralizing with Give.
Okay, cool. Thanks for that clarification. Cool. And let's talk about this hack.
Yeah. So first, the background. I think it was Friday or Saturday they were hacked, and the idea of the hack, even though they were audited and responded to the audits, and the auditors actually alerted them of this, but then when their response was missing something, and so it only affected people who were depositing ether, and the ether deposits, they were able to be drained by the same kind of recursive hack that drained the DAO back in the day. And so people who had large deposits of ether, about $80 million was stolen, give or take, depending on the price of ether. And they are investigating it, and they turned off borrowing for the moment until they can confirm that everything is good. And there was also a second hack actually on Sunday in their Arbitrum pools through the same mechanism, and their response, I'm not sure exactly what happened there, like if they failed to respond. I'm pretty sure it was the same exploit, but they just didn't turn off borrowing there, which was their mistake. So this of course doesn't make using their software like really exciting. I will say that one thing that is actually really interesting about it is that the Tribe DAO is talking about giving a full reimbursement to everyone who lost money, which does make me excited to use their smart contracts, honestly, because it's rare that you get a money back guarantee or a money back type of promise. So yeah, and I don't know if anyone has any questions or if you want to discuss it in general, but my personal opinion is that if we would have been doing the region pool, we wouldn't have suffered any losses. Most pools did not suffer any losses. There were just, I think, 6 or 7 pools that really got hurt, Shapeshift not being one of them. So, and I think because we are doing Fae deposits and they can literally pre-print the Fae, and we are, Giveth, that if there was a problem and somehow we got a lot of Give stolen and liquidated, I think that they would compensate us. So, or at least there's a good chance that they would. So personally, I think we should still continue along this path. It's a really difficult thing to get $1 million with our Give token without having to sell any Give tokens and just using it as collateral. That's a pretty amazing opportunity. If we want, we could just try to create our own smart contracts around the same idea, but I think it's much better to use theirs that have been hacked a couple times and have been tested so many times and kind of come with some kind of likely response, positive response if there is an issue. Does anyone think we should just call it off? And I think that opinion should be voiced.
Yeah, I mean, what are the risks up against going with the original plan, which was the eath?
Legal risks mostly. Just that now we're selling our token and it's kind of a security, and I mean, I don't think any lawyer would say yes to that, because we kind of took this approach of like not selling our token as a strategy. So like if we sold to an American, then like the SEC could come after us.
Okay, so two things. First of all, yeah, it is. I agree with Griff. It's a problem because then you essentially have to have the burden of KYCing everyone. And on the rarity pools, so far, I agree. I think that you have to take into account there might be a hack in the smart contracts on almost any protocol, and the ones that haven't been hacked yet. But the fact that they seem to have a solid response that they've done so far is very good news to me. So even if something happens, I feel that we will be able to communicate with them very quickly and effectively and get to a solution. So I don't see this personally as a blocker to us continuing, but that's just my opinion at this point. Just wanted to voice that.
Cool. Hey, Griff, can you keep yourself muted for your washing machine background? Thanks, dude.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. I know Marco's on the call, and you're really curious. Do you have any comments?
No, I mean, I just got the responses and feedback from others. So just making up my mind, like, what are the next steps? What are the implications? Should we move forward or not? And I got all the feedback from, I guess, Griff and Paula. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I would like to hear others, what they think about that, or, if this is something we should, reconsider before moving forward with this proposal. That's all.
My turn. Basic thing, we can always keep on working toward it and then decide, because it'll take us another week or two, and by then they should have it set up and hopefully double checked and all that stuff. So I don't think we should just hard stop. We just work at it and see what happens in a week or two.
Yeah, I feel the same as Giant King, that we should continue to work on it and parameterize and kind of like see how it goes. But also, it does feel like just like a lot of like, spiritual red flags. It's like Ichi takes a huge dump, like, and then it's like the Rari pool gets hacked. It seems like all the projects that we're like working on engaging in partnerships, it's like, oh, just in the nick of time, some kind of catastrophe happens. So it just feels very foreboding going into it. I don't know if we should necessarily consider that, but it feels like signs.
That's a good point. Of course, I keep bringing this up all the time. The Shapeshift side, nothing happened with theirs. Actually, a couple other coins. It was only the ones that were in that particular pool. I'm basically arguing both sides here.
Okay, so what I'm really hoping to share with everyone is, when I find it, is a very good post-mortem analysis done by a third party, and then that will give us a lot of insight into exactly like how likely is something like this to happen again. Also, when it comes to signs, like the last 4 or 5 days, like everything has just been exploding left and right with the monkey mint, and Solana is dead, and like just all of the blockchains are on fire everywhere. Just like that's some kind of destiny happening across the cosmos. So don't worry about it.
Cool. So go ahead, Santi.
Is there an insurance protocol that we could consider?
Somebody did mention the insurance. I think it was Nexus, but I don't know any of the coverage stuff.
Just wondering.
There are definitely some insurance options that we could consider. We could definitely look into that. Nexus cover, and there's several of them.
Now, for the Ichi thing, it did not cover that situation for some reason, though, because it was more of a user-forced type of thing. So I don't know how any of that works.
That's a really interesting avenue. At least getting some insurance on the regen pool if it gets hacked. Is anyone familiar with any of these insurance protocols?
Never used them, but familiar with them.
Not the particulars, not the fine print, unfortunately. So we'll have to check that out.
Mm-hmm. Is that something that someone would be interested in taking a look at? Somebody with some legal expertise? Okay. Well, if nobody takes the lead on it, it probably won't happen.
I mean, I can take a look. I don't mind. It's just I don't really have any expertise from the legal side. I don't really know. I'm curious, but I don't know how they work from the legal side. But I could take a look. Sure.
And there's this Santi guy that's kind of a legal whiz. I don't know.
Well, I was leading the area, but I wasn't a legal expert at all. I was really happy that I had some experts on the team.
I know, like a crypto lawyer guy. I can probably buy him a drink, and maybe he can help me.
Okay. Well, vague, but we'll leave it. Sure. So what I hear is that we'll keep working towards the parameterization, and we'll see what they produce as results in the next couple weeks. And I haven't heard any hard no's, so I don't think we'll stop working on this.
And I just want to say that I hope that we have everything parameterized this week and can actually start pushing through the DAO votes and these things because, I don't think that there's any reason to delay. Other than, to delay, things are going to take time. So we need to continue to push, and we'll have time to delay later if the response is not favorable. Or right now, Rari has, after 2 hacks, they have a target on their back. Every hack, I'm sure lots of hackers are looking to see if they can exploit something. They still have tons of money sitting there. Ridiculous sums.
Okay, I don't know if that's for or against having a target on their back from hackers.
Well, what I mean is if they're not hacked in the next couple of weeks, they're probably pretty good. A lot of independent security review.
Okay, cool. So we'll see. Great. Any last minute comments on this? Questions? Anything related, bigger to the Angel Vault or any updates around that?
There's a roadmap that is interesting if you guys want to see what needs to be done. And the big thing is tomorrow in about, 27 hours, we'll have a 2-hour call to go over all the fun stuff.
Okay, cool. So we got 10 minutes left in the call, and we'll keep moving through to these last few topics here. Giveth role and work agreement process. I think, Rochelle, did you add this in?
Yep. So we already started posting real proposals. So Mitch started that, and we are calling all the paid contributors to post your role proposals. I added the link there for the guide doc, and so I do have one question or issue I'd like to hear your thoughts on. So there are already some people who posted their work agreement before in the forum and also got an approved or passed DAO vote for their work agreement. So should they post again, or it depends if their work agreements are updated or has new tasks?
I think it would be good to have them post it using the new forum category and have a role proposal in there linked to it so that the information is much more accessible than it is right now. and maybe that'll give them a
please.
chance. Yeah, give them a chance to look at their work agreement again, because I think those went up like 7 or 8 months ago.
Mhm. Yeah, okay, so everyone has to post. So yeah, if you have time this week or in the next week, so please check out the guide doc and yeah, post your role proposal in the Giveth forum. And I will be coordinating with you about the work agreement, which is a different document which includes the compensation part and the terms of the agreement. So yeah, just let me know if you have questions.
Cool. Now, what I'm wondering if there should be any hard limits for this stuff. Like, if you, because the role proposal is pretty essential for us to do these buddy calls and review calls and stuff, and it's kind of a big part of this HR upgrade. And so, should we set a time limit to get this in? And it's like, if you don't get a role proposal into Giveth, then like, maybe you have your pay withheld. It's like,
Yeah, I think setting a deadline would help in like encouraging everyone to do this. So yeah, maybe we should.
okay. Maybe I'll make a proposal or like a forum post to discuss this. But it would be cool because if we don't know what you're doing, but you're getting paid by Giveth, it's like it kind of makes this thing really confusing. So, and on that next point, because Marco's here, like, definitely for people who are working in general magic, but are working in Giveth, should do this as well. Because Lauren made a really good point, because it's like the relationship is not clear. So having some role proposals for people who are kind of doing this like cross DAO project work will be really helpful, I think, for us.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you.
And just a quick check, if someone is working just on one small thing for like a couple weeks or something, should they also, I mean, like, where's the line on making one of these?
I mean, if they're just working a couple weeks, shouldn't we just make a bounty for them?
Cool. So we'd have to just make a bounty. We just say, hey, we want this job. It's going to cost this much, and we put it in a forum or something.
Yeah, I think that would make more sense. That's kind of more like akin to what Giantkin's doing with the Discord moderation, you know? Like, I did this work, this is the bill, and then we can like pay it. Unless you're like a full-time regular contributor. Any questions about this role proposal business? You can see go ahead.
No, I was just curious. Actually, just what occurred to me is what are we still hiring for?
Great question.
Is there work that needs to be done that we still are looking for people for? Is there still things that we need to fill out?
We always need more DAO proposers, and people will take on little tasks. Like there were 3 or 4 little tasks that came up during this call that was like, who wants to take this on? And we'll see if we can, pass them to other people. But there's always people just to take on like, project management stuff. And then we need more design support. We are looking for a QA tester, like a QA lead, someone to make sure that all our deployments and launches happen safely. We're looking for full-time project manager, like delivery manager, to shadow Monique and make sure people and like chase down issues and cat herd around development. And then I'm sure there's a bunch more. We're looking for talent management. There's a bunch more in the Giveth recruitee.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe we won't take the time on this call, but I know, Griff, you shill it a lot during the community call, right?
I do, every community call.
Cool. Now, 2 more topics here to fire through. Buddy review Q1. I think this is you, Rochelle, as well.
Yeah, just weekly reminder for the review calls and filling out the feedback forms.
Yeah, great. And I really appreciate that Lauren has been pushing for those before her buddy calls. It's great to see the process in action.
Great feedback. Thank you, Lauren.
Yeah. And the last one, just a reminder for give matching. If you have any ideas for this give matching distribution spec, go ahead and jump in there. I don't think there's any real urgency right now. Whoa. The pool's over almost at 12,000 now, which is pretty cool. But really, we're looking at about 250,000 in that pool before we need to have a solution. So there's some time. Retroactive givebacks is almost off my plate, so I'm going to start focusing on this in the coming weeks. And yes, that's it for the agenda. Is there anything that anyone wants to use the last few minutes to mention?
Yeah, I like to get the feedback from those who have contributed to the proposal on the forum concerning point art that we've been evaluating and we keep. So I appreciate those of you that already answered. But if there is anyone else that wanna give their feedback, especially on the quote proposal or window that the guys gave us, the guys from Point Art gave us when we requested them to give us a quote for that cost.
What was the quote?
I think it was between around 30K. They were proposing to doing it through Right Guild. It's on the forum. It's the last, just before the comments from Kyle.
Cool. Yeah, it's this one here, Santi.
If they can really pull out, I mean, I think we'll need to. I think they need a little bit of design. I don't know. I would love 30K. Seems like a sweet deal to get this NFT platform onto Giveth. Honestly, like that would be amazing if every verified project could create an NFT that could be minted as a donation for the project. That seems like an amazing deal, honestly. But I'll have to look at the details.
Okay. And so, assuming... Oh, go ahead, Santi.
Oh, I was sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. So just assuming that all the feedback's incorporated and you feel good about the advice process, I think you can go ahead and make a proposal on the Give Garden when you're ready.
Okay, we're gonna be working on it a little bit more with Lauren and then I'll publish a proposal.
Do they have any success stories with the?
Yeah, that's one of the points. That's one of the points. I think they are lacking